New chapter, arithmetic progression. So the broad family under which these things are studied are known as sequences and series. Sequences and series. Hi. Sit. Sequences and series. So when you go for any earlier, this used to be always a part of grade 11, 12. Few people used to study in grade 11, some used to study in grade 12. But now CBSE has brought it in grade 9 itself, okay? And you can study it in grade 9 also. There's nothing great. Sequence and series. Now, first we will develop a little bit knowledge about the word sequence. Series will come later. Sequence. Sequence is a, okay, is a, what to say, is a collection, you can say, the collection of, not collection, I mean, I'll write the word arrangement is the right word. Arrangement of numbers, rather I'll put the word terms, to a definite pattern. Definite pattern. First of all, understand this. If you have some numbers or some terms, okay, numbers or numbers represented by terms, and you can arrange them in a definite pattern. In a definite pattern means a defined pattern. Then we call that as a sequence. Okay. The problem is that this pattern can be either decoded by you. So the question can be yes, or the question can be no. Generally, when it is decodable by us, we are very easy to pounce upon and say this is a sequence. Say for example, I arrange some numbers like this. Suppose I have a number 1, then I have a number 4, I have a number 9, then I have a number 16, and then this goes on. Now you start thinking that what is the pattern to which it is arranged. So you think it is like a square, very easy, na? Like 1, then this is 2 square, this is 3 square and 4. So there's a definite pattern. So if the numbers are arranged to a definite pattern, we call it a sequence. Okay. Now abhi arithmetic kuch baat hi nahi aa raha hai, just sequence ki baat ho rahi hai. It's called a sequence, and when you have a sequence, then you can always allocate something which is known as a general formula to a sequence. General formula, right? If you see the general formula here, we say that the general formula is n square. N square such that n belongs to the family of natural number n. N is the capital N stands for natural number, and this is belongs to. So how to read it? Every number is a n square where n belongs to n. So what are natural numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4. So my general formula is what? N square. So if n is 1, 1 square 1. When n is 2, 2 square. In doing these sequences, we will also allocate the positions. We always allocate positions. Positions are like what is called a first term. There can be a second term. So if you see this very simple one, your first term is 1, right? Your second term is 4, right? And these terms we can note again, give by say T1, T2, then T3 will be how much? 9. Because at T3, n is taking the value as 3. This is a part of logical mathematics, okay? N will take the part 3. So, aise kar ke, when we give the general formula, we say what is the nth term? Tn. So, Tn is n square. So, sequence, okay. A sequence is something where there is an arrangement of numbers or terms arranged to a definite pattern. Question is, you can decode the pattern or you may not decode the pattern, right? But if there is a sequence, there is a sequence, and every sequence will have a general formula. Now let's say, for example, I have a sequence of general formula, say 5n minus say 2, 5n minus 2. This is my general formula. Okay. So let's see what are our first term, second term, third term, and fourth term. Let's populate. First term will be how much? 5 into 1 minus 2. So it will be 3. 5 into 2 is how much? 10. 10, then this becomes 8. Then 5 3s are 15. 15 minus 2 is 13. Right? Now, if I give you these three numbers, it becomes easy for you. You can understand that there's a difference of 5 which is running in this particular. There's a difference of 5 which is running out here. Now let's make it a little bit thoda sa complicated. Tn is equal to n square plus 3. Let's say n square plus 3. So what is, let's populate first term, second term, and third term. First term will be how much, beta? 4. Second term will be 4. 2 square is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. Third term will be how much? Third term will be 3 square is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Now just see, and let's see the fourth term. Fourth term. Now what is the fourth term? 4 square is 16 plus 3, 19. Alright? Let's do some bit of ghapla. Let's do a bit of ghapla and take out this one for you. I'm not decoding the general formula, and I'm giving this series to you, and I tell you, find the seventh term. मुश्किल हो जाएगा आपको. It is not that easy, because this is like now ढूंढते रह जाओगे, because you don't know the general formula. Then you will say, no, sir, there's no pattern, sir. There's no pattern. There was a pattern. There was a pattern. So that actually satisfies what I was saying right now. There will be a pattern, and when you arrange numbers to a certain pattern, then it is called a sequence. Pattern may be detectable by me or may not. Usually यहाँ पे जब आपको number ऐसे कोई दे देगा, आपसे pattern फटाक से निकलेगा नहीं. There are some techniques. CBSE does not do. In Cambridge we do this. Like if you have a square, if you have a cube term, then how to find out. So we actually had what? We had a square wala general term. If you have a general term which is having linear, you see what was it? Linear. Linears will all have results. Since you all know a little bit about arithmetic progression, linears will always come up with common differences. 3 plus 5, 8. 8 plus 5, 13. 13 plus 5 will give you 18. वैसे ही आएगा आपको linear होने से. ठीक है? So is the concept of sequence understood to you? Right, good. So now you go ahead with sequence. So sequence. There are many type of sequences that we study. Arithmetic progression is one sequence. Geometric progression is one sequence. Harmonic progression is one sequence. Okay. But for our grade 10, we will be studying only arithmetic progression. Okay. Sorry. So we were in sequence. So in sequence, we have got arithmetic progression, geometric progression, harmonic progression. So in grade 8, we need to learn about something called arithmetic progression. Okay. So one type of sequence is arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression. ठीक है? Very easy. ये chapter में you can lose marks only if you are doing careless mistake. I mean, if you're a dumbo like plus minus calculation, if you do mistake, then only you will have an issue. So let's see what is an arithmetic progression. An arithmetic progression is a arrangement of numbers in which between two successive numbers, the difference is always constant. समझ में आ रहा है ना? So it's something like, in very plain language I'm writing. Nobody will write it in this language. You also. Suppose I have three numbers called alpha, beta, and gamma. Right? The difference between alpha and beta. So this is what? This difference we will write as beta minus alpha, and this is gamma minus beta. ये जो difference है ना, this will run constant. Have you understood? This will run constant. This is just for your base understanding. So let us say I have a first term called A1. I have a second term called A2. I have a third term called A3. And I have a fourth term called A4. I am not including the fourth term any further. This is understood. The difference between these two and the difference between these two will always be constant. समझो पहले. Always. Therefore, that difference gets a typical name which is known as common difference. common difference. Okay, and we call it as CD, and we write it as D, common difference. This D has got very strange values. This D can be positive, this D can be negative, this D can be zero also. समझ में आ रहा है? एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं, ठीक है? मान लो our common difference is +2. फर्स्ट एग्जांपल, पहले समझो, समझना इजी हो जाएगा. फर्स्ट, our common difference is +2, and the first term always has to be, just always when you do problems on sequence and series, think like a railway wreck. First engine, then LPR, then bogie starts, like that. So engine is the first term. First term we always denote by A. Understood? So let our A be equal to 1. I'm saying I'm populating a series. So my first term is 1. My second term should be how much? 1 plus 2. My second term will be how much now? 3. Then the next term will be 3 plus again 2. So it becomes 5. Then 5 plus 2, 7. And then 3 dots. जाते रह रहा है. 3 dots only, not more than that. Okay. तो यहाँ पे अगर हम देखें 3 minus 1 is how much? 2. 5 minus 3 is how much? 2. 7 minus 5 is how much? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Clear? अभी next example लेते हैं 0. First term is 1, second term is 1, third term is 1, and so on. This is also an arithmetic progression. Many people get confused here. No, ये तो बढ़ ही नहीं रहा है. No. Constant है, because here the common difference is 0. Have you understood? 0 can also be the common difference. And let's say we have a negative number. Say our common difference is -2 now. Our first term is again 1 for our example. Then 1 minus 2 will give you how much? -1. -1 minus 2, -3. You will find that when the common difference is negative, the arithmetic progression goes on a decreasing trend if you're dealing with numbers. And if it is positive, it goes on an increasing trend. Every year you are my maid. Don't take it otherwise. Every year we will increase your salary by 500 rupees. First year we gave you how much? 700 rupees, 1000 rupees. Next year your salary will be 1500. Next year your salary will be 2000. Then next year 2500. But say like every year we will decrease your salary by 200 rupees. So first year you started working with 1000. Next year your salary will be 800, 600. Then will come a sudden thing that after working the whole month, we'll just give you a smile. No money. And that subsequent month you are actually slave. You are working, you're not even getting the smile. ठीक है ना? समझ में आ रहा है थोड़ा सा? So at this juncture, tell me, at this juncture, do you understand what is an arithmetic progression? Do you understand this or not? An arithmetic progression is an arrangement of numbers in which each successive term exceeds the preceding term by a preceding time by a constant, and that constant is known as the common difference. Such a common difference can be positive, negative, or zero. That means my progression can progress, digress, or maintain the same value. At this place, we know that arithmetic progression will be written as an AP. An arithmetic progression has got many things. First term denotion is with A, right? Common difference denotion is with D. Clear? So shall we populate a generic what you call arithmetic progression? Let's populate. Okay, before that, what I'm writing is I'm writing the term count. 1, 2, 3, right? So term count 1 means the first term, which is A. Agreed? Then A plus D is the common difference. So A plus D. Third term will be what, beta? No, don't write like that. A plus D plus D. Previous plus this. Easy se samjhenge. So this I will write as A plus 2D. Understood? Now you get a logic that the fourth term will be a plus 2d plus d, which becomes a plus 3d. Now some interesting observation. If this is dog, this is a plus dog minus 1d. If this is cat, a plus cat minus 1d. Are you getting it? So I arrive at something called the dot 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 the nth term. At 4 I'm getting 3, at 3 I'm getting 2, at 4 I'm getting 3, at 3 I'm getting 2, at 2 I'm getting 1, at 1 I'm getting a plus 0d. Can I not write this as a plus 0d? लिख सकते हैं ना? Can I not write this as a plus 1d? लिख सकते हैं? तो n में क्या लिखेंगे? a plus n minus 1 into d. Now since we are grade 10 students, there is a special way of writing this bracket. You just put a bar over n minus 1, which is also correct. ये नहीं सिखाया ना स्कूल में, इसीलिए आर्यश का मुंह ऐसा हो गया. This is a special way of writing. We write it like that. A plus n minus 1. When you put a bar on n minus 1, this bar in logical mathematics stands for bracket. Absolutely correct. Nobody will take away any marks from you. Understood? Then question arises, what was the preceding term of this? It was the n minus 1th term. And this term should be what? Dog minus 1. So it should be a plus dog minus 1, which is dog minus 2d. So this should be a plus n minus 1 minus 1 into d, which should be equal to a plus n minus 2 into d. Have you understood this thing? If you have understood this much, you have understood AP. Got it? Acha. If three numbers are in AP, A, B and C are in AP, then what do we get to know? That the difference between the two is same, right? So what can you write? We can write this B, this is what is covered in 11, but you should know this B is known as the arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean means it is written as AM and it should be equal to A plus C divided by 2. करके देख लो, होएगा ही होएगा. Let's see. B minus A should be equal to C minus B. Ding, 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 ding. Agree? Bring both B's together. B plus B is equal to A plus C. 2B is equal to A plus C. B is equal to A plus C by 2. ये भी नहीं सिखाया होगा स्कूल में. ये भी मजेदार है. Arithmetic mean. If three numbers, this you will need a lot if you go for next year in state board. Then in state board you will have a lot of sequence series problems in grade 12 also. So there you will have theory of equations is one chapter. There you will find if the, how they will mix it, you know, if the roots of a cubic equation, how many roots do you get? 3 roots are in arithmetic progression. Are in arithmetic progression. So there we take alpha, gamma and the other root as alpha plus gamma by 2. Beta's value is already given to you. If the 3 roots of a cubical equation of a cubic function are in AP, so what are the roots of a cubic function? Alpha, beta, gamma. They are in AP. So beta is equal to alpha plus gamma by 2. आपको पहले ही बता देता है, इसलिए इसकी जरूरत पड़ती है. Understood? Very good. Okay. Now, some more concept. My AP can be something like A, then A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, dot, dot, dot. Goes on. Such an AP is called an infinite sequence or as infinite progression. Understood? Where it does not end. Doesn't end. And say suppose I have an AP which has only 63 terms. How many terms, beta? 63 terms. That means the last term is how much? N is equal to 63. That means N is equal to 63. N is my last number of terms. N is known as number of terms. My number of terms is 63 means this will be known as a finite This is a finite AP. Infinite, finite. Understood? AP may infinite, finite does not make any difference, but in GP, infinite, finite will make difference. Clear? Very good. Okay. Let's say the last term. Sometimes you will given an AP with last term. Last term is usually represented by L. Last term is represented by L. So let's write the AP in terms of the last term. Now this time I am a railway manager. I will build up my railway rake from the guards bogie. So how to make my, so I'm saying my last term is L, mind you. First term is A, CD is equal to D. Okay, very nice. We will build up from the last term. Last term is L. What is the term next to it? You're now writing it like Urdu, huh? Left se likh rahe hain aap. The last term is L. What is the penultimate term? L minus D. Because the common difference is positive. The progression on this side should increase. We are going on this side, so the progression should decrease. So my next term would be L minus D. Next term, L minus 2D. And blah, 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 blah. I will end up at A. This is also an arithmetic progression. Understood? Okay. Another thing you should write, the general term or nth term, right? Nth term. What was the nth term you found? A plus n minus 1 into D, right? This is the nth term. Or the general term, if it is given in algebraic manner, the general term of an AP always should be linear. Linear. समझ में आ रहा है? General term will always be linear. So you think of a general term with linear. Let's say we have an AP whose general term is equal to 2n plus 1. Is 2n plus 1 linear? 2n plus 1 is linear, right? And they tell us populate the first 4 members of this AP. How many members? 4 members. So the 4 members will be n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, n equal to 4. So at n equal to 1, how much will we get? 2 into 1 plus 1, 3. 2 into 2, 4 plus 1, 5. 2 into 3, 6 plus 1. Are you seeing the difference? 3 plus 2, 5 plus 2, 7. ये आंख बंद करके 9 डाल दो, चेक कर सकते हो. 2 into 4 is 8, 8 plus 1, 9. That means whenever general terms are in what you call linear format, it is representing an AP. See, don't confuse between this and this. Once AP has been made, this is the nth term. This is a general term like Cn H2n plus 2. With this you can populate a AP. And as long as, but if you make this square or cube, it will no more result in an AP. वो AP नहीं होगा. Then we have to take the difference. Differenceों का difference, in the third step you will get an AP. And in Cambridge this is tough. Cambridge में they will ask you, formulate the general term of the sequence. There will be a sequence given to you. You have to formulate the general term. So it's a long problem, but interesting. ये चीज समझ में आया आपको? ठीक है? So we are good to go with problems now. After this we will have one more concept which is called the sum. Sum and this, okay? So rather than solving problems today, shall we dive at the sum problem also? So let's look at the sum. Okay. Now when you take an AP, suppose I have an AP. My AP is 2, 4, 6, 8, blah, blah, blah. Agreed? An arithmetic series is an AP. An arithmetic series is when the terms of an AP are added with each other. Series and progression, there is only a difference. First progression is born, then you get to know the terms. So the series will be when the terms are added together. This is right. And as we do mathematics, we are supposed to know the sum of this series, how to calculate sum. And how to calculate sum is a very nice story. Chalo chalte hain. Right? The story now takes you back to 1600s. It takes you back to 1600s. So there's a school in US. So like your thing, children start making halla gulla in the class. It's an absolute true story, okay? Children start making halla gulla in the class. So obviously the teachers will come you and engage. So the teacher came and started engaging the kids. And the teacher told the kids that I want you all. Actually, it's not engagement. One of the kid was actually making too much of halla gulla, and this is a punishment awarded. A part of this is shown in 3 Idiot as a scene where a child climbs up and does problem. Have you seen? 6 साल का 6th grade का बच्चा 12th के problem कर रहा है. So that is derived from this story only. So the teacher said that to that boy as a punishment that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 in this manner, he said that say 97 plus 98 plus 99 say plus 100. The teacher gave as a punishment the task to the boy that you sum this up. You sum this up. नहीं तो कहते कहते नानी याद आ जाएगा आपको. You will start remembering your grandmother. What that boy did, this is around grade 6 or 7 at that time. He started writing this ulta manner. So in ulta manner, this is how much? 100, 99, 98, 97. See, this is what we will not think, right? So here he should get how much? 1, 2, 3, and how much? 4. Agreed? See what the guy did. And then he drew a line. He added S and S. Gives you how much? 2S. You add 101. How much does it give you? 101. You add 99 and 2. How much does it give you? 101. You add this. How much does it give you? 101. I think by now you have understood the logic that everything here is a 101 plus a 101 plus a 101. And tell me how many 101s? 100 101s. So he writes the next step as 100 multiplied by 101, and that is 2s. And then he says s is equal to 100 divided by 2 into 101, which is 50 into 101. So 50 ones are straight away 50 and 50 ones are 50. Teacher hugs the boy and kisses the boy, and the boy's name is Carl Friedrich Gauss. And when you go and study physics and all from all, everything is with Gauss theorem, Gauss laws, Gauss surface, Gaussian surface. Carl Friedrich Gauss is, so this is what makes people stand out from us. We will not think like this. And this is the stepping stone for finding out the sum of n number of terms of an arithmetic series. And I'm sure in none of your school this story was told. That's the difference. That's the only difference between our time and your time. In our time, our teachers will tell this story. आपको ये मजा आया कि नहीं? ठीक है ना? Now let us see how we use this to find that sum wala formula. Shall we? Right? So let's start becoming like Carl Friedrich Gauss. So we take an arithmetic progression or arithmetic series now. A plus D. Agreed? A plus 2D. Fine. And plus, so the last term is what, beta? N minus 1 into D. Before this, what will you have? N minus 2 into D. Sufficient for us if we write. So we have to sum this only. This is an AP. Right? So we now write again S. So here we'll write A plus N minus 1 into D. A plus N minus 2 into D plus dot. So this will be how much? A plus D, and this will become A. Clear? No issues? अतरे समझ में आ रहा है तो? नहीं, मुंह ऐसा बनाया, समझ में आया कि नहीं? ये क्या? AP को उल्टा करके लिखा ना? Just like what Gauss did, right? Let's just solve this one to get an idea. This is how much, beta? A plus ND minus D, agreed? And then plus A. Got it? So how much is it? 2A plus n minus 1 into d. This is understood. Shall we just see another one? These two, let us see. A plus d, and then we have another a, and then we have n minus 2 into d. A and a will give you how much if we add 2a? So you have a nd, you have a d, then you have a nd minus 2d. So 2a is retained plus d minus 2d is how much? nd minus d. So I can write this as 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Agreed? So the sum is coming same. Wahi Gauss wala funda. 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is what we are getting. So if I add this two series, I can write 2s and I can write 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Agreed? Then second term will be also 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Sorry, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. And this Leela goes on and we get 2a plus n minus 1 into d, and again 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Gauss had 100 terms. You have how many terms? N terms. So you can write 2s is equal to n times of 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Can I not write? इन सबको जोड़ेंगे तो क्या होगा? n into इतना होगा. गॉस ने कितना जोड़ा था? 100 टर्म्स. हम n टर्म्स जोड़ रहे हैं. हमें क्या निकालना है? s निकालना है. This is the formula for sum of n terms of an AP. ये क्या होगा ना, स्कूल में ड्राइव नहीं किया था ना, जस्ट फॉर्मूला लिख दिया. हाँ हाँ, ये वाला ऐसे लिख के नहीं कराया. हाँ, अच्छा करा. ऐसे ही तो करना चाहिए. What about Glendale? You have no teacher. Not started. But you are not done, na, with arithmetic. First, but you have not done sum so far. No, I am actually covering all the theory together. Then we'll all sabzi we will chop off and then we'll do. अमीश आपके स्कूल में तो नहीं हुआ ना ये? No. How about in अरे राघव हो गया? ये ऐसे बताया था, ये खाली फॉर्मूला बता दिया. Where are we heading? Sometimes I feel that's why, you know, children have on the maths day they will worship maximum number of gods, because the fear is inbuilt from nursery. Nobody wants that you can love maths. Maths is not about calculating fast. Maths is something about, am I enjoying something to do? ठीक है, चले आगे. So what all the other thing that you learned is, given an AP of n terms, now it's an arithmetic series. Given an arithmetic series of n terms, right, where the first term is a, the common difference is d, then the sum of the n terms is given by n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Understood, children? Now we will do one more jugglery. I can also write the Sn is equal to n by 2 a plus n minus 1 into d. 2a को स्प्लिट कर सकते हैं ना? क्या ये कुछ पहचान का दिख रहा है? Is the last term. So Sn can also be written as n by 2 into a plus l. This is also a very important formula. A plus n minus 1 into d is the last term. Which one? General term, but n number of terms now, the nth term. General term we say for a sequence. For a progression we will call it nth term. That was मूंगफली. This is छिला हुआ peanut in your hand. एक समझ में आया? Clear? अब एक और चीज देखते हैं. Right? This is one train having 17 bogies, and the 17th bogie is the guard bogie. है ना? तो शताब्दी एक्सप्रेस समझ लो, कोई राजधानी. 17th bogie is the guard bogie. Understood? there is a similar train where the 16th bogie is the guard bogie. So what does concept say? If you add this whole rec and from there you deduct this rec, then you get the guard wala bogie. Have you understood that or not? If you add the whole rec and you add this rec and you deduct this from this, then यही तो बचेगा ना. तुम्हारे पास 10 pencils है, pencil 1, pencil 2, pencil 3, and I add 10 pencils, I add 9 pencils. Addition of 10 pencils minus addition of 9 pencil is the 10th pencil. So one more formula. S of n minus S of n minus 1 is nothing but an or tn, whatever you write. In an AP, विश्वास नहीं होता, विश्वास नहीं होता बच्चों को ना. एग्जाम ऐड कर इसको 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. चलो ऐड करो 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 5 15. और यहां तक ऐड कर 15 minus 4, 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 10. 15 से 10 निकालेंगे तो ये वाला नहीं बचेगा. ये तो समझा रहा हूं तुझसे. S of n minus S of n minus 1 is the Tn. Interesting. Acha, nth term you always find from this side of the AP. There is another complicated problem where we find nth term from the last is how many terms from the first. ऐसे भी हम निकाल के देख सकते हैं. अच्छा, उसको बाद में निकालेंगे. So what formula did we get? The sum of n terms is given by n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Right? So let us find out the general formula for the sum of first n natural numbers. What? First n natural numbers. So what is your arithmetic series now? Your arithmetic series is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 up till n. What is your first term? 1. What is your common difference? 1. Right? So can we find out the sum of n natural numbers? N by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d, which is also 1. इसे solve करो. कितना हुआ ये? n by 2, 2 plus ये कितना हो गया? n minus 1. कितना हो गया? n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Sum of the first n natural numbers is given by n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Similarly, you can find the sum of the first n odd numbers and the sum of the first n even numbers. Odd numbers होने से कैसे करोगे? 1 plus 3. So your first term is 1 and your common difference will be 2. ठीक है? And if it is sum of the first n even numbers, then your first term is 2. Right? Natural होने से 2. Otherwise with integer 0 is considered as even. I hope you know that. So 2 and plus common difference is 2. So this is how you get your. This is something that we read in lower classes also. Sum of the first n natural numbers is n into n plus 1 by 2. How did that formula come? That formula came from here. Nothing more we have to actually explain in this chapter. Shall we? Grade 9 book. We should do this new grade 9 Discover series. चलो ये से करता है. And then there will be some problem if the p plus 1th term of this AP is equal to the q plus 1th term. ऐसे भी कुछ questions आएंगे, वो last में करेंगे. Those are like hot type of problem. So let us do some questions. ये तो 2 क्लास में खत्म हो जाना चाहिए चैप्टर्स. Okay. Our first question is, there is an AP. So we will first start with AP, huh? Bacha. Some we may not be able to do. Your AP is 7, 13, 19, dot, dot, dot. I don't know how many. So there is a comma here, and suddenly they say it is 205. समझ में आ रहा है तो? फाइंड द नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स, इसमें कितने टर्म्स हैं, कर सकते हैं. सो वी कैन इजिली राइट हियर द फर्स्ट टर्म इज इक्वल टू हाउ मच बेटा 7, द डी वैल्यू इज इक्वल टू 13 minus 7 which is equal to 6 and an is equal to how much 205. Yes or no? An is also equal to a plus n minus 1 into d which is equal to 205. So you solve this equation now and you can find out the value of n. Here the so there are 34 terms. How many terms? 34 terms, and the 34th term is equal to 205. Right. Another type of problem that we can expect here is, listen, another type of problem. I'm giving a problem to you that is 63 a member of this AP? Is 63 a member of this AP? I don't know. So I will say let 63 be the nth term. लिख सकता हूं ना, 63 be the nth term, right? So what is an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, or we can write what is the value of a, 7 plus n minus 1 into how much, 6 is equal to 63. Agreed? So n minus 1 into 6 is equal to 63 minus 7 is 56. ठीक है ना? 63 minus 7 is how much? 56. So n minus 1 is equal to how much? 56 divided by 6. You can stop here itself. Will 56 divided by 6 give you a whole number? No. A टूटा हुआ number आएगा. And then with that you will add. But a term cannot be a fraction or a decimal. Therefore, our assumption was wrong. 63 does not belong to this clan. Have you understood how to do these problems? Does 63 belong to this AP? Let's say yes, it belongs to the AP and it is some nth term. And then you populate the nth term and you find out if your n comes as a whole number, that means yes, it actually belongs. Samjhing? चले next problem. गजब problem दे रहा है अभी. Okay. You do now. Your next AP is bacha 11852. 11852 ... Acha, whenever you see this AP, automatically keep it in mind the D is negative because the AP is going down. Right? This is a question. And you need to check is negative 150 a member? Is negative 150 a member?
It's not.
It is not. Because why it is not? You found that the n value is coming 164 upon 3 kuch aa raha hai n, which is not a natural number. Okay, next question. Understood how to do this? Next question will bring you, Dolo will be required now. I want you to find the 12th term of an AP. What do I want to find? What do I want you to find out? 12th term of an AP where first term is equal to 9 and CD is equal to 10. Very easy. कर लोगे ये सब? किन्नू प्रॉब्लम है? Veda, understood na? Easy chapter. Ding 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 ding. अमित साहब समझ में आ रहा है तो? Because in your class स्कूल में पढ़ाया नहीं अभी भी, that's why. और पढ़ा दिया आपको भी? हाँ. How much? 119. Okay. Now, dangerous problem. I'll give you one. Dangerous problem. Nonsense. Okay. Dangerous problem. Question. Okay. I have an AP, and this AP has got 50 terms. How many terms? 50 terms, in which third term is equal to 12 and first time is 106. I want you to find out the 29th term. Basically two unknown. Oh, sorry. Two unknown. Very, very sorry, Bitu. Two unknown to the quotient. Whenever you have two unknown, so it will be two equations. क्या रे नील, हो रहा है कि नहीं? हाँ? मुंह ऐसा आज ऐसा मुंह टेढ़ा क्यों है आज? कुछ हुआ क्या स्कूल में? स्कूल में कुछ मार्च पास, इन्वेस्टिचर सेरेमनी, क्या हुआ इसमें? टायर्ड हो गया? अच्छा, वेदर तो अच्छा था आज. तो खिलाया नहीं स्कूल में कुछ? बटर मिल्क नथिंग, कुछ नहीं दिया? मत करो, पेंट होके गिर जाओ नेक्स्ट टाइम. AP has got 50 terms. माने क्या वैल्यू दिया बेटा? n का वैल्यू दे दिया है. लास्ट टर्म इज गिवन टू यू, L दे दिया. और क्या दिया बेटा? थर्ड टर्म दे दिया है. 29th टर्म निकालने बोला है. ओनली घिची पिची. सुंदर से करो. सुंदर से करेंगे तो क्या लिखेंगे? गिवन number of terms, that is n, 50 है ना. nth 50th term, A50 is equal to A plus 49 into D, where D is equal to common difference, है ना. A plus 49D, so which is equal to how much? 106. This is one equation. ये हमारा एक equation बन जाएगा. And also given third term. Third term is A3, which is equal to A plus 2D, which is equal to how much? 12. Right? These are the two equations we have. We have to find out the 29th term. वो तो निकाल लेंगे. Let's do this. So method of elimination is the best. So how much we get? 47D is equal to how much, beta? 6 minus 2 is 4 and 10 minus 94. That means D is equal to 2, right? D is equal to 2. If D is equal to 2, then punch this value out here. You get the value of A as how much? 12 minus 4, which is equal to 8. So you now know A is equal to 8, D is equal to 2. You have to find A29, which is equal to A plus 28D. Always one less. A plus 28D. A की वैल्यू कितनी है बेटा? 8. 8 plus 28 into 2. So 8 plus 46. That is 64. औतरे बाबू, समझ में आ रहा है? तो बहुत ही गड़बड़ हो जाएगा नहीं तो. एक कंबाइन टेस्ट कर ले, ग्रेड 9 वर्सेस ग्रेड 10. हाँ, चकदे जैसा हो जाएगा. इज्जत हाथ पे आ जाएगी उस दिन. अच्छा, listen to this question. Can I take off the screen? Now next question. Find the arithmetic progression. Find the arithmetic progression means what? Means what? You have to populate the arithmetic progression. In populating an arithmetic progression, we write the first three terms, comma, dot, dot, dot. It goes away. That means to populate an arithmetic progression, you need the value of A. You also need D. Remember, these are your targets. Okay. So let's see. I don't know. My eyelashes are now becoming so big that they're hitting the eye lens, and they work like wipers on my lens, and my lens becomes blurred. Okay. Find the arithmetic progression. So you need to populate an AP whose third term, okay, A3 is equal to 16, and seventh term exceeds, okay, I'll not write this. A7 exceeds, seventh term exceeds fifth term by 12. I won't break this mathematically, you break it. The seventh term exceeds, मतलब seventh term बड़ा है. ऐसे केस में d की वैल्यू क्या आएगी? पॉजिटिव ही आएगी, क्योंकि AP बढ़ रहा है हमारा. Seventh term exceeds. That means A7 minus A5 should be equal to how much? 12. That itself is one equation. A7 is what? A plus 6D minus A plus 4D. A plus 4D. So if you do this, then you get what? This is minus, this cancels off. 6D minus 4D is 2D, and 2D is equal to 12. So D's value is equal to 6. Already you get it. Very good. So, and we are given A3 is 16. So A3 is equal to A plus 2D, which is equal to how much? 16. So A plus 2 into 6 is 12 is equal to 16. That means A should be equal to 4. Now we have to populate the AP. Populate it, it will be 4, comma 10, comma 16. What happened? What? चपर आंसर दे रहा था, गलत आंसर दे रहा है. देखो देखो चेक करो. I'll wait for you. Bakul. Yeah, silly mistake. No, ultimately the teacher will give only either Tirumala laddu or Motichur laddu, whatever. They don't understand silly mistake. Oh no, Bakul is a batsman, you know, like this. And then there's a fast bowler. He tried to play it, and he just hears the sound, tuck, tuck, bail's gone off. Then he tells the umpire, "Oh my bad, silly mistake." Silly mistake नहीं, bat यहाँ पे उठाओ और ये खोलो and start walking to the pavilion. बचपन में होने से we used to again bat ना. But Vakul, you know, in my childhood I have never been run out. Do you understand the science behind it? Yes. It is not that I am an athlete. In our days we never had third umpire or something. So somebody will be the umpire. Say suppose Aryash is the umpire. So it is all about how you can persuade that you had reached the crease by the time you have. Zyada halla, so it's your fight of your tone, and at last, okay, I will not play. If you have more things, like it's like you have to be like BCCI. You should be the richest board. So I will not play. Or else in carom board you can do, hey, chalo lunchtime. The moment when you think that you're almost, or Ludo. Have you seen Ludo? Ludo's worst flight is, you know what is the worst flight of Ludo? The home is like this, right? And your opponent's coin is here. And every time he or she is hitting, she just needs one to get inside. And you know what is bad luck? She doesn't get a one, or you don't get a one. By that time, that fellow completes the whole circuit and he gets inside. Even that also happens. And then nowadays, I mean, Ludo boards are very horrible. You don't get snakes at all. There are hardly some three. I mean, I think nowadays, like your Gen Z child, they must be crying if they fall on snakes. The other day, I took out some 5 or 6 Ludo boards, different companies, hardly something. In our days, we used to have one snake from 99, 96, and 93. So I bought a Ludo board and I made some additional snakes. Nowadays, if children falls on snake, the child may develop trauma. बोल नहीं सकते ना, इसीलिए शायद snakes कम आता है. हाँ, Ritisha, do you play Ludo, Ritisha? Let's ask Ritisha. She's been very quiet. Ritisha was felicitated. She got a school award. Okay, congratulations for that. And Ritisha, have you played Ludo, Snakes and Ladders? Okay. Oh, snakes were happy or sad there? Ritisha, have you ever landed on a snake?
Yes.
So what happens? Have you played Ulta Ludo? Ulta snakes ladders means ladders will get you down and snakes will get you to the top. You should play that also. You guys don't know how to make use of summers. So I take a red pen and I draw as many snakes as I want. So if there's no snakes, then what is the maza? Okay, children, the last problem of the evening. Dangerous problem. We'll do some more problems later on. The ninth term of an AP is 0. Ninth term is 0. A9 equal to 0. That means what should be the condition of D? D should be a negative. अचानक जाके 0 हो गया ना. Ninth term is 0. Show that 29th term, that is A29, is double the 19th term. A29 is equal to 2 times A19. Have you understood? And you are given that A9 is equal to 0. A9 is equal to 0. How to solve it? A9 0 है तो डालना A plus 8D is equal to A plus 8D is equal to 0. That means 8D is equal to negative A और A is equal to negative 8D. हो गया, हो जाएगा. You use that relation. इसको बोलो ये कितना है? You can actually make it like this. See, A29 divided by A19. This ratio has to be shown as 2. A29 कितना है बोलो? A plus 28D. A19 क्या है? A plus 18D. ये LHS कर रहे हैं. We are doing LHS. A का वैल्यू बोलो वहां से. A is what? Negative 8D. Negative 8D plus 28D divided by negative 8D plus 18D. हाँ तो गया. ये कितना हो गया? 20D divided by 10D. D ने D को काटा, 10 ने D को काटा. आसमां पे रिंग. If you have seen the movie Sarfarosh, then there is an informer of police named Fatka. He sings like this. आसमां पे रिंग लाखों तारे. अली साहब कैसे हैं? कैसा चल रहा है स्कूल? हर रोज कोई ना कोई जंग है ना यार. मैकडॉनल्ड्स जाओ, मस्ती करो यार, एक रैप खाओ और क्या है ना. How many of you like that spicy McChicken wrap? बढ़िया लगता है. When I drive on highway, I just stop at a McDonald's. I pick up one wrap, and some FF should be there between my gear and hand. And one 9 pieces nuggets without the mustard sauce, because there is ample chance I will spill it while I'm seeing this road. Baki Taco Bell and Calling Bell, I don't like that much. And crispy chicken burger is what I like. And Zinger burger is also what I like, but I don't eat that much. Which is better, KFC's burger or Burger King? Burger King is hyped actually. But the crispy chicken, the Zinger is good. Yeah, because you will eat burgers veg, na. Veg as a biryani is not a biryani, and veg as a burger is not a burger. Veg biryani doesn't even come into that category. Just like you can't have a chicken dosa, similarly you can't have a veg biryani. But you know, when I was posted in